everybody, it is the Lord Gnome, and welcome to your April 2019 Funko Pop update. And let me just say this right off the bat. You guys are going to be very happy because it's not going to be so long. After all of the amazing news that we have gotten to kick off 2019, we definitely got a little bit of a slow month, which is really great for all of us because with the fact that we have San Diego Comic-Con and New York City Comic-Con on the horizon, I think it's time for our wallets and our souls to just breathe a little bit. But there still is some great news to talk about this month in the world of Funko, and I'm very excited to get to that. But first, as always, let's take a look at how my collection has been going. So I hope you guys like this nice little background in regards to featuring my collection. What you see behind them happens to be my wife's Funko Pop collection, minus maybe one or two, because she has one in her office, and she also has one up on my Funko Pop shelf, which is all the way up here, which I hope to feature in a future video someday. But anyway, today's topic is going to be heroes, and heroes come in very different forms, and I've got 4 new pops in my collection that, to me, are considered iconic heroes. So let's take a look at the wonderful world of sports, because when it comes to sports, people have athletes as role models, and I am definitely one of those people. The first one I want to talk about is a little bit of a tearjerker for me because of the fact that it is a player from the New York Rangers who is no longer on the team. He recently got traded, and his Funko Pop actually came out about a month before the trade, and it is Matt Zuccarello, who is a former New York Ranger. He played on our team for almost a decade, and he was one of the most beloved, most positive players on our team. He came up in the ranks and became a true leader alongside his fellow teammates. And the fact that I already have a Henrik Lundqvist, who is probably one of the most iconic New York Rangers of the last 20 years, Matt Zuccarello is no exception. And I love the details on this Funko Pop. I love the fact that first he's got the puck with his stick, which is great. But also, I love the details on the jersey, on the gloves. If you turn him around, you've also got his name and his number on his jersey. He also, of course, had the long, flowing brown hair as well as the beard. And I also just love the way that his facial expression looks. He's, like, ready to fire that puck into a goal and score for the team. And, yeah, it was a little sad to see him go. But, you know something? If a player has managed to stay on a team for almost 10 years, he's going to be a Ranger forever. People will remember him and love him, and I'm so glad that I now officially have him as a Ranger, reminding me of all the good times that he was on our team. The next Funko Pop is without a doubt featuring one of the most iconic sports heroes ever. When I found out that they were making this specific athlete, I was so excited because I watched this guy when he was in his prime, and it of course is the legendary Michael Air Jordan from the Chicago Bulls. Now, as a Knicks fan, I could only despise him and his team when they kept beating us, but at the same time, you cannot deny the fact that Michael Jordan was one of the greatest athletes of all time in all sports. He's right up there with Muhammad Ali, Babe Ruth, you name it. I mean, when you think of the greatest sports players of all time, you think Michael Jordan. And the way that they made this specific one, because there were a couple of exclusives, the common, so glad that this is the common, because he is jumping to score a basket in true Air Jordan format. It would have actually been funny if they actually gave him a mouth with a tongue sticking out, because that is in fact his signature look, but I love how they captured him jumping into the air. First of all, also the details on the jersey are great. The basketball has some really great texture, like a real basketball. You've also got the Bulls logo on the shorts with the NBA logo, and of course on the back you do have his name and number, and he's also got the armband, which he always wore. They have a couple of bad jobs on the paint, like there's some really stupid little blotches over here. I'm not going to complain though, but also his sneakers are great. I love how they got the Air Jordans perfectly, and I just love this pop through and through. There is no question that he is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. There are so many people that say that LeBron James is better. No, I'm sorry. He may have broken so many different records, and he may be probably one of the most loved ball players in basketball. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate LeBron James for everything that he is, but he doesn't have 6 championships. Okay? He doesn't even have 5 championships like Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant. You just cannot fight this. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. End of story. And the fact that he is a Funko Pop makes me extremely happy. So now let's get into some fictional heroes. Let's take a look at some from the wonderful world of DC. Now, I once featured a DC Bombshell pop that my wife got, and it was Wonder Woman, who looked like Rosie the Riveter, and I thought that that was such a great thing. These bombshells are such a cool thing. Part of me wishes that Bruce Timm would make an animated movie in the DC Bombshells world, but there are also DC Bombshell versions of some of the male superheroes. I've seen the Batman, the Superman, the Aquaman, they're all so cool. But when I found out that the Legion of Collectors box was going to end up being the Target DC box, that was okay. And then they announced that there was going to be a DC Bombshells box, and it was going to feature Batman, and as I said, Target exclusive. And the fact that this, of course, is the 80th anniversary of Batman, I was so excited when I saw what the pop was going to be, and of course it is a DC Bombshell of Batman, and this is just so cool. I love the fedora, I love the bat emblem on his vest. He's also got the steampunk-looking grappling hook, and the best part about it is the back, the flowing trench coat. I love the belt, and you even got the belt buckle over there, and I also love that it sort of looks a little bit like his cape with the folds and the curves and stuff like that. But if there was any way to feature Batman in this kind of setting, this is definitely the way that he was going to look. I just love the way that this bombshell version of Batman is, except for the big paint smudge right over there. I don't know what's been going on with Funko lately, but there's been some pretty bad paint jobs. But still, this pop is wonderful. Also, the fact that it included the Black Canary rock candy in bombshell form made it even more enticing to me. So, of course, getting this box, I do not regret it, and I'm so glad to have my very own bombshell. The other Funko Pop that we're going to talk about now, of course, is in celebration of the new DCEU film Shazam, which of course stars Zachary Levi, and of course I had to get myself a Shazam himself because of the fact that I have a lot of DCEU Funko Pops already. I am creating a collection. I am very impressed with the way this one looks like, and this of course is the Hot Topic exclusive glow in the dark, because there really wasn't anything else that I was interested in, and I wasn't really happy with the whole line in general. I mean, I love the line, I love what they're doing with it, but there are a lot of characters that they didn't put in this first wave that I was a little upset about. Part of me was kind of hoping that there was going to be a Billy Batson and Shazam double pack, and I'm gonna kick myself if it ends up being a San Diego Comic-Con or a New York City Comic-Con exclusive, but I do still like this pop a great deal. What I really like is that the glow-in-the-dark portion of this pop is the lightning bolt and the lightning bolt only, which makes so much more sense, but I also love the details on the pop itself, especially with the belt and the material of the outfit as well as the big golden boots, and like the trench coat on the DC Bombshell Batman, I love the details on Shazam's cape and hood. It is just so cool, and I love how it flows. They just did a fantastic job, and of course his facial expression with the one eyebrow raised a little higher than the other is really, really funny. Definitely envelops the campiness and the fun that Shazam is, and that is why I'm so happy to have him in my collection, though I'm really hoping there are going to be some more Shazam pops to follow, like hopefully a Black Adam will show up one day, especially because we all know that Dwayne Johnson is going to be playing Black Adam in a future film. But I'm very happy with these Funko Pops, so glad to have them, and I'm also looking forward to featuring a lot more Pops in my collection in the coming months because there's a great deal of them coming in the mail. But let's get into the news for the time being. So I hope you guys are ready, because we're not going to be here for that much longer, because we have a very short amount of pops to go over, which is a nice sigh of relief. And of course we're going to start off with the Specialty Series, which, in case you didn't know, is a series of pops that comes out to comic book and hobby shops on a monthly basis, and this time around we get Ronan from Captain Marvel. He's not the same guy that you knew from Guardians of the Galaxy. As a matter of fact, he was a very different kind of character, but you could tell tell by the look and the costume that he is definitely a little younger and a little bit nicer, so if you do in fact want to get your hands on a Captain Marvel Ronin, you can get him at your local comic and hobby shops very, very soon. And speaking of shops, we'll take a look at the Funko store. We got some really cool exclusives, including the final paint works of Mickey Mouse, as well as a couple of spastic plastic characters, as well as 3 very cool Funko tees, which feature cereal mascots, and they also included a mini pop along in the box. And also something that we got some news on right around the time that Emerald City Comic Con was about to starting was that there was another Funko Pop that was going to be shared with FYE, and it is another Masters of the Universe Pop. It is Buzz-Off, one of the heroes in the world of He-Man, and there's also some rumors saying that he is going to be the last Masters of the Universe Funko Pop that is being offered, and I really hope that's not the case because there's so many more characters. These do in fact sell no matter where you can get them, if they're commons or exclusives, but I am really going to be shocked that this will in fact be the last one because there are so many other characters and they definitely need to start tackling She-Ra. And of course we got another Funko cereal. They're just not going to stop, and that means they're probably selling, and I'm really surprised that they are. But this one is a GameStop exclusive. It is a Ghostbusters cereal, a Slimer cereal to be exact, and of course it will include a mini Slimer pop. So if you are in fact collecting or even eating this cereal, there you go, to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Ghostbusters. And of course we had a couple of subscription boxes. One of them was the Smuggler's Bounty, which was Dagobah themed, and it included a movie moment called the Dagobah Face-Off, the very mysterious moment in Empire Strikes Back when Luke goes into that cave and fights that imagery of Darth Vader, and when the helmet explodes, what he sees is really, really shocking. I think that it's really cool that they did this, and I'm pretty sure that this one was an exciting addition to many a Star Wars fans' collections, but for me, I had no interest in it, still waiting for specific movie moments from Star Wars to officially get me on board with those. And of course, we've got some Disney exclusives coming out. We've got from Hot Topic, the newest addition to the Diamond Collection, which is Minnie, as well as a Hula Lilo, which is absolutely cute. Also to celebrate the 30th anniversary of The Little Mermaid. That's pretty scary, everybody. We've got a boxed lunch exclusive of Ariel in the sails when she comes up from the surface, as well as a Target exclusive movie moment, Kiss the Girl, which is absolutely adorable. And if you take a very good look in there, you even see Sebastian and Flounder. We've also got a couple of additional exclusives from Target, including a Lion King box, which includes a Mufasa t-shirt and a flocked Mufasa pop, a 10-inch head wig. So if you can't get enough Harry Potter and you want a Funko Pop that might in fact be the size of an actual owl, you can get a 10-inch head wig. And of course we also got the DC Bombshell box. I did mention that and show off the pop, but now you get to see all the contents of the box. And I've got to tell you, if it wasn't for the Funko Pop and the rock candy, I wouldn't have bought this box. I probably would have gotten the pop on eBay. Just those 2 items alone made this box worthwhile. So glad that I picked it up. Hopefully you did too if you're a Bombshells fan. And we've got another month coming up, which means a new Pokemon to be revealed, and it of course is Charmander, looking super, super cute. I have a feeling who the next one is going to be, but if you guys have been collecting these Pokemon Pops, I'm sure you are excited to add Charmander to your collection. And in case you are an Overwatch fan, you are also going to be getting a brand new Overwatch Funko Pop called DVA, and she is a Funko exclusive that I believe is shared with GameStop, but I am not exactly sure, but I have seen that specific sticker at GameStop, so if you are an Overwatch fan, you are definitely going to want to add this one to your collection. And we've got some new additions to the Mr. Bean line. I'm really impressed that they're continuing this one. You've got Mr. Bean in pajamas, and you can even get a chase of him with a teddy bear. We've also got, in the world of DC, another GameStop Jim Lee exclusive, which is Green Lantern versus Batman, which is pretty cool, as well as a PX Previews exclusive of a Harley Quinn Rebirth Edition, rock-on hand motion, and stepping on a boombox. So DC fans, I'm pretty sure that you guys are excited, especially for the Jim Lee one. They definitely seem to be selling. In regards to comic book characters in Marvel, we've got some more additions to the Captain Marvel line to go along with the specialty series Ronin. We've got Captain Marvel holding the rusted lunchbox. If you saw the movie, you know what that is. And you've even got a Goose Flurkin Pop, which apparently is glow-in-the-dark. The Tesseract does glow. You could also get a Chase. Goose was everything that she turned out to be, and I'm really glad that she was awesome, and I really now understand why so many people want Goose Pops. But do I want one? No, not really, but I'm glad that they're making so many versions of Goose. And we've also got the newest addition to the WWE line. It is Becky Lynch, and she is looking pretty badass. She is going to be an Amazon exclusive. There are also rumors that she is the first of a series of female WWE Funko Pops that are coming out in the coming years, and I think that that's pretty cool. It would be really cool to see Stacy Keibler and Trish Stratus, Chyna, just to name a few, because they are just as iconic as the male members of the WWE. Very excited to see what happens here, but I'm not going to get any of them, but you could definitely start your collection off via Amazon with Becky Lynch. Also, another interesting exclusive is being offered from AT&T. Of course, we know that this is the last year of Game of Thrones, so they're definitely going all out. You can get a metallic version of the Night King. I don't know where you're going to be able to get him, or if you just walk into an AT&T store, which would be really, really interesting, but they're coming out very soon in April, so I'm really curious to see how they're going to be marketing this to the fans. And of course, we've also got the HBO shop. They are giving us an exclusive metallic Night King on the Iron Throne. We've also got a very interesting throwback line. We've got the Thunderbirds. That was a very interesting show from the 1950s. It was an action cartoon type of show that featured marionettes. So Thunderbirds was definitely a legendary, iconic show. There also was a movie, and I believe there was an animated series, so this is definitely one that I think television fans are going to appreciate. So yeah, Thunderbirds are definitely go in the world of Funko. And to close out this month, we've got the Star Wars celebration. I'm not too interested in this, to be honest with you, but they're definitely going all out with the Chrome this year. You're going to be able to get these Chrome ones that are blue. They are 2,500 pieces each, and you can only get them at the celebration. You've got all the classic Star Wars characters, minus a few, but I'm really glad that they're going with the classic characters. But yeah, there's going to be more Chromes outside of these. Featured in retail as shared exclusives, you will be able to get the exact same characters in gold chrome. Just like they did with the 10 years of the MCU, they're pretty much going to do the exact same thing with Star Wars, probably to celebrate the fact that it is going to be the year that Episode 9 is released, which is going to officially close the Skywalker trilogy. But one of the things that I am very interested in, especially considering the fact that they are shared exclusives, can you believe that it's the 20th anniversary of the Phantom Menace? And to celebrate that, they are giving us 2 Episode 1 characters. We are finally going to be getting Watto as a Funko Pop, and a new version of Darth Maul with him hooded and only using one blade from his dual lightsaber. And I've got to tell you the God's honest truth, guys. I'm sort of interested in that Darth Maul, because Darth Maul is definitely one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Even though he doesn't have much of a speaking role, his actions definitely spoke louder than his words. But do I think I'm going to definitely get this pop? I honestly am not sure. I'd like to know which retail store is in fact sharing these two. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Boxed Lunch or Hot Topic, but I could be wrong. But sort of on the fence in regards to getting that Darth Maul, but what I would really love one day is a movie moment which features Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. That would be the way that I would get a movie moment, and that would be the way that I would get Darth Maul in my Funko Pop collection, but who knows? Still on the fence about this one, but I'm really glad to see them truly celebrating Star Wars Episode 1 with 2 iconic characters from the movie. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm really happy to always sit down and talk Funko Pops with you. Let me know if you snagged anything awesome from Emerald City Comic Con and which ones you are excited to see in the coming months, because there definitely is some good stuff coming down the pike, and there's going to be some great additions to my collection, hopefully in the coming months. I cannot wait to feature them all here on this show. But in the meantime, everybody, I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.